intermediate students, it's good to see you again. Actually, I wish I was really seeing you, but since we're doing it on video, you get to see me and Richie Galan, and that's almost the same thing. We are in your house, so that's exciting right now. I want to point out your training book. Remember, as you're training at home, this can be a really, really great way to make sure that you're working the material that you need. It says very specifically as to what items you need. And I also was pulling this out because the sparring combinations, we don't always necessarily really require that you have to have them all memorized, but you should be able to do them, and they are written out so that you can easily read them and practice your sparring combination. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to be doing the second blue stripe for yellow belt going to orange, orange going to green, and green going to blue. So what we're doing is the sparring combinations, and we'll also talk about some of the sparring drills. So I have this open just in case I need to refer to some of the sparring combinations. So I'm going to put this back here. And now let's get started. So the first combination, you're imagining that he's facing that direction and I'm facing here. So we're in what's called a closed position. Remember, when we're sparring, there are two basic positions according to how we're facing each other. Besides the fact that sometimes we talk about being right side forward and we talk about being left side forward, if he is facing the same way as I am, we call this an open position. If he faces the opposite way, we call this a closed position. So this first combination for yellow belts going to orange belt is great from a closed position like this. So the first combination is, and remember, we're going to hold our hands like this when we do combinations. Remember, in the beginner training, we taught you to hold your hands like this, and we learned to hold our hands like this. But a lot of times when we're doing combinations, this is a great position to be in. So the first combination is to do a back fist to the head, a body punch, and then a ridge hand on the other side, okay? So I want you to do this with me. So I'm stepping in, going back fist, body punch, ridge hand. All right, so let's try that again. Ready? Back fist, body punch, ridge hand. Now let's do it a little harder and faster. Here we go. Ready? Itchy. Now I'm going off of the idea that you should already know these techniques. If you do not, then go back to the other training video that Richie Galan did a while ago on the first blue stripes for yellow belts, orange belts, and green belts. I am doing the second one. I'm just assuming you know all the techniques, all right? So one more time, let's do it again. Ready? Itchy. Back fist, reverse punch, ridge hand. Now the next combination is a rear leg front kick, rear leg roundhouse kick, reverse punch. So I'm imagining doing a rear leg front kick like I'm kicking as ribs. Then I take my other leg and do a roundhouse kick and then a body punch. So your motion here is you go rear leg front kick, rear leg roundhouse, and body punch. All right, so let's try that. Ready? Rear leg front kick. And notice that when you do the rear leg front kick and you step, now you got to use your other leg to do the next rear leg kick. So you go rear leg roundhouse and body punch. All right, let's practice that again. Ready? Rear leg front kick, rear leg roundhouse, body punch. Now, when you actually are doing your combinations in a one like this, where you're stepping one kick after another, the reason you're doing two kicks is most of the time you're actually imagining that the attacker is moving back. So now we're going to have Richie Galan move in just a little bit so that you can see this idea. If I'm coming in with a rear leg front kick, and after I kick or I'm close to kicking him and he steps back, I need to now use my second kick in order to cover the distance. Because if I was able to cover the distance with the first kick, if I go rear leg front kick and he's still standing there, then I would just start punching him with my hands. I wouldn't need a second kick. But if I come in with that rear leg front kick and he moves back, I've got to use that second kick to cover the distance for that reverse punch. All right, so let's practice that again. And this time he's going to move back. He didn't the first couple of times because I know you might be working with a stationary target. So I wanted you to see how that I stepped the first time and I just started off just a little bit too far so that I could practice stepping forward with both kicks, okay? But this time, now imagine you got a partner who's moving back, so rear leg front kick, rear leg roundhouse, and body punch. All right, let's try it again. Ready? Rear leg front kick, and then rear leg roundhouse, body punch. All right, one more time, imagining this. Ready? Rear leg front kick, rear leg roundhouse, and body punch. The last combination for yellow belts going to orange belt is using that spinning back kick. So the motion is, I'm here and I go spinning back kick, back fist, body punch. Now I'm going to do it out of the other side of my body so you can see it from here. Spinning back kick, back fist, body punch. All right, so let's practice it. And I'm going to go back and forth. You can do it whichever way you want. If you want to just practice one side of your body, or if you want to go back and forth like me. So here we go. Ready? Spinning back kick, back fist body punch. One more time. Spinning back kick, back fist body punch. Again, spinning back kick, back fist body punch. Last time, spinning back kick, back fist body punch. All right. So those are the three combinations that yellow belts going to orange belt need for their second blue stripe. But there's also a drill that you need for your second blue stripe that goes along with all this, and it's called three-step sparring. Now, three-step sparring, now remember, we would have our pads on, so I can touch him, he can touch me. If you don't have pads on or your partner doesn't have pads, then of course we don't touch. But if both of you have your pads, you should be touching. And three-step sparring is you get to do three techniques and they do three. So to kind of illustrate this, I'm coming in and going 1, 2, 3. Then I step back and he comes in 1, 2, 3. Then I come in 1, 2, 3. Then he comes in 1, 2, 3. And then I come in also. And I go 1, 2, 3. Now the idea of this exercise is a couple of things. One, when you have pads on, you're getting used to actually touching your target. Everything you do up till you get to yellow belt is always pulling it short. So we want you actually getting used to touching your target. The other side of it is you got to get used to being touched. Some people are terrified of someone touching them with a kick or touching them with a punch, even against somebody who's not even trying to hurt you. And so this is a great opportunity to build your confidence and realize that someone can touch you and it's not as scary as it sounds at first. The third thing you're also learning to do is to put the techniques together on your own without us teaching you just the prearranged patterns. Now, you should practice some of those prearranged patterns because that's why we give them to you, so that way you already have some things ready to go. You already know back fist, reverse punch, ridge hand, so you should use it. You should already know spinning back kick, back fist, reverse punch, so you should use that combination. So that's why we teach them to you to get started. But eventually, your goal is just to look for the targets and try to come up with your own combinations. All right, so let's call three-step sparring. You notice also that the partner never moves around or tries to defend themselves. They keep their hands up in a fighting position, but other than that, they're not doing anything else. So just to kind of illustrate it again, now remember, we would have pads on when we normally do this so that we can touch, but just so you get the idea, this is the exercise. So I'm coming in, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you get the idea. And you just learn to try to put things together and immediately be able to do the techniques. So those are the sparring combinations for yellow belt going to orange belt and the drill that you need for your second blue stripe. Now let's go on for orange belts going to green belt. Now, orange belts going to green belt, you have to use that double roundhouse kick that you learned for your stripe. So the first combination is you come in and go double roundhouse kick, back fist, reverse punch. So let's do that together. Ready? Double roundhouse kick, back fist, reverse punch, or body punch. Ready? Double roundhouse kick, back fist, body punch. Ready? Itchy. Double roundhouse kick, back fist, body punch. Ready? Knee. Double roundhouse kick, back fist, body punch. All right? So that's your first combination. Now your next two combinations are all about trying to teach you how to put the rear leg roundhouse and the spinning back kick together. All right, so the first combination is, and we're going to do this where he turns around because this combination works best from an open position. The combination is rear leg roundhouse, and once again, now he's going to step back, spinning back kick, body punch. All right, so let's practice that again. Now again, if you're working with a stationary partner or you got a stationary target like Wave Master, you're just aiming at a corner in your room, then you just need to kind of adjust a little bit for it. So if he's not moving, I would come in and go rear leg roundhouse, spinning back kick, body punch, all right? But again, the reason most of the time we do a second kick is because the person's running away. So I'm coming in now he's going to move back. I come in with a rear leg roundhouse, spinning back kick, body punch, all right? So let's go ahead and practice that together. Ready? Rear leg roundhouse, spinning back kick, body punch. Good. Try it again. Ready? Rear leg roundhouse. Spinning back kick, body punch. One more time. Ready? Rear leg roundhouse, spinning back kick, body punch. And so you're learning to put that rear leg roundhouse and spinning back kick together. And you notice you just keep the circle going. The last combination is now I'm going to start with the spinning back kick. So again, that you can see it, I start with the spinning back kick. Then I take the other leg and do the rear leg roundhouse. And then we're going to do what's called a reverse ridge hand. You have your hand in position for a reverse punch. And instead of doing the ridge hand with your forward hand, you take your rear hand, the one that's normally in a reverse punch, and you do your reverse ridge hand. All right, so you see, if I'm facing this way, this is a reverse ridge hand. This is the forward ridge hand, the same hand we used for the back fist, forward ridge hand. The hand now that we're doing the reverse punch with, now we're doing the reverse ridge hand, okay? You see that? I knew you did. All right, so here we go. I go spinning back kick, rear leg roundhouse, and then I do a reverse ridge hand. All right, so again, that would be like a stationary target. This time it's going to move back a little bit. Ready? Spinning back kick, rear leg roundhouse, and a reverse ridge hand. All right, so try and demonstrate this again. Ready? Spinning back kick, rear leg roundhouse, reverse ridge hand. All right, one more time. Ready? Spinning back kick, rear leg roundhouse, and reverse ridge hand. Last time, just so you get some repetition on this, and hopefully you get it figured out. Ready? Spinning back kick, rear leg roundhouse, and reverse ridge hand. All right, so that's the combinations for orange belt going to green belt. Now, the last thing about orange belts going to green belt for that second blue stripe is the next exercise. And this one is called three-step rhythm sparring. Now, remember, we have pads on. So again, I'm trying to actually touch him. And with three-step rhythm sparring, I do 3 techniques and he does 3. The primary difference though is I don't stand still anymore. I'm actually trying to move and keep him from touching me. So one of the main ways that we try to teach you this is learning how to lock your elbows against your body and learn to just kind of flip up and down your hands. So if he's coming in at me with techniques, I'm just learning to cover using my arms and my hands. Because remember, in sparring, the person only scores if they actually hit the target area. So if they hit in the head, they hit the front of the body, they hit the ribs, they hit the kidney area, they hit the groin. If they hit those areas, then they score. But if they don't, if they hit your arms, they hit your hands, then they don't score. And so as long as you can keep those arms between you and them, and then they do not get a point, okay? So with three-step rhythm, he's coming in with 3 techniques. 1, 2, 3. Then I come in with 3 techniques. 1, 2, 3. Then he comes in. 1, 2, 3. And I come in. 1, 2, 3. Then he comes in. 1, 2, 3. And I'm coming in. 1, 2, 3. Now when you practice this drill with a partner, first of all, remember this is slow rhythm for orange belts going to green belts, so we're trying to keep it slow. So that means when he does his technique, I don't go real fast trying to avoid it. Or he comes in with his technique and I'm not, going lightning fast back at it, okay? We're trying to go at the same rhythm. We're both going slow. The second thing is, notice that we weren't running away. He's not coming in with his technique and I'm running away, all right, going away from him. Instead, I'm staying at a fighting distance so that as soon as he's done with his 3rd technique, then I am close enough to be able to step in and hit him with my 3 techniques. All right, so does everybody understand that? Of course you do. All right, so let's give it a try. So here he is. He's coming in. 1, 2, 3. I come in. 1, 2, 3. He comes in. 1, 2, 3. And I come in. 1, 2, 3. And the goal is to try to touch them before they can cover and move. But at the same time, we are trying to keep it slow. Now that's orange belt going to green belt. Then green belt going to blue belt for their second blue stripe, besides the combinations, is you do the same exact drill, but then we just try to speed it up. And so instead of calling it slow rhythm, now we call it speed rhythm, and we just try to make it go a little faster. And notice also that we are trying to keep a rhythm. And what am I saying by that? I'm not coming in going 1, 2, pause, and then snapping a 3rd. It's supposed to be all the techniques go at rhythm. 1, 2, 3. Then he comes in. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I caught him off guard. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we're going at a rhythm. So when we're doing it in class, if I'm calling out the count, I go 1, 2, 3, and you are on your first technique when I say 2, then you lost your first one because you're supposed to stay on rhythm, okay? So that's what we call rhythm sparring, and that's the only difference between the requirement, orange belt going to green belt and green going to blue. So green going to blue should be able to do it faster, all right? Now the last one, or the last combination that we're going to be working is for green belts going to blue belt. And so he's going to turn around, and the first combination is a hook heel kick, back fist, body punch. Notice that every time we teach you a new kick, the first combination is the new kick with back fist body punch, all right? We do that because that combination works so well for all kinds of circumstances. All right, so here it comes. So let's do it together. Ready? Hook heel kick, back fist body punch. All right, let's try it again. Here we go. Ready? Hook heel kick, back fist body punch. Now don't forget, in order to score a hook heel kick, you've got to be able to do them head level. If you can't do a head level, that's okay. Just do it as high as you can, okay? And try to do good techniques. So again, we come in, hook heel kick, back fist body punch. Ready? Hook heel kick, back fist body punch. Again, hook heel kick, back fist body punch. Last time, ready? Hook heel kick, back fist body punch. All right, now the next combination, we're going to start with a front leg side kick. And this, what's different about this combination is we have you do a replacement step kick, and then we have you do another replacement step kick. So if he's here and he moves up a little bit, I do a front leg side kick, and again, he moves away so that I can't hit him with my hands. So now I do a front leg roundhouse kick, and then I follow with the back fist. All right, so we're going to go ahead and practice that. So the next combination is front leg side kick, front leg roundhouse, back fist. All right, let's try it again. Ready? Front leg side kick, front leg roundhouse, back fist. All right, try it again. Ready? Front leg side kick, front leg roundhouse, back fist. Try it again. Ready? Front leg side kick, front leg roundhouse, back fist. Last time. Ready? Front leg side kick, front leg roundhouse, back fist. Okay, now the next combination is almost very similar, but instead of doing a side kick, we do a hook heel kick. And instead of doing a back fist, you're going to do a reverse reach hand. So he's facing the same direction again. I come in, I go front leg hook heel kick, and then I step with that front leg roundhouse, and then go reverse reach hand. All right, so here we go. Front leg hook heel kick, front leg roundhouse, reverse reach hand. So try it again. Front leg hook heel kick, front leg roundhouse, and reverse reach hand. I'll need you to move back a little more. So here we go. Front leg hook heel kick, front leg roundhouse, reverse reach hand. Yeah. There we go. Front leg hook heel kick, front leg roundhouse, reverse reach hand. One more time. Front leg hook heel kick, front leg roundhouse, reverse reach hand. All right, everybody got the idea? Excellent. Now the last thing that we need to cover is for the blue belts going to purple belt. Now blue belts going to purple belt, for your first blue stripe, we worked on offensive kicking, offensive side kicks, offensive roundhouse kicks, when we called them the side kick 3 ways and the roundhouse kick 3 ways. Now for your second blue stripe, we focus on defensive kicking. Now this is where we're starting to help you understand the difference between defensive and offensive as a strategy. Offensive means I am now looking for an opportunity and I cover the distance to hit the target. Defensive means you're responding to what the other person's doing. Now, it doesn't always mean that you just stand there and punch or stand there and kick, but with defensive kicking, you do try to stay in place. And there's a reason for it. If I grab one of these pads and he's holding on to it, all right, if he's rushing in, imagine he's trying to hit me with a back fist or something, okay? And as he's rushing in, if I step away as I do my side kick, I'm too far away. If he's rushing in at me and I try to step in, I crowd it so bad that I can't get my kick off. So with defensive kicking, really the key is to learn to keep your foot still or not move forward, not move back. So he comes in and I stand and do a side kick. Now when you practice this though, you've got to learn to hold your position. If I do this in a tournament, he comes in, I go kick, and I fall off balance, they might not give me the point because they'll consider that kick had no power or you didn't have any control with it. So what you want to learn to do, and we usually do it with these pads, so that way you can learn to kick and hit just a little harder. You turn your body, turn your foot, and as he comes in, I just do the side kick trying to stop him. So he's coming in, and I do the side kick and stop. Now, again, if I get knocked off balance, then I'm going to fall down. One reason some people have trouble getting power in their kicks is two things. One is if you shift your weight onto your standing leg as they're coming in and you kick, your weight is here, and now that's what's going to knock you off balance. So that's one of the problems people have with defensive kicking. What you want to learn to do is think of taking your belt knot and falling towards him. So when he comes in, I am kicking and I'm actually going forward. So I'm here and I'm kicking and I'm actually going forward. Yeah, actually don't move forward. I want them to see how I fall forward. So I'm here and I kick and I'm going forward. Does everybody kind of see that? Good. Now as he moves in, I'm kicking and I'm falling forward. And that's what allows me to put my body weight into the kick. He comes in, boom, and I'm kicking and I'm falling forward. Okay, does everybody see that? Of course you do, because you're still awake, aren't you? All right, if you're not awake, look right here. Look right at me. Come on now. I can tell, hey, stop looking at your parents. Look right here, okay? I want you to make sure you're watching me, all right? Now, from here, as he's coming in and I'm trying to do that kick, the second reason some people have trouble with this is they never straighten their leg. If you're here trying to kick, you'll never have power with a kick if your leg is always bent, especially with a side kick. So he's here. I want to learn not only to fall, but I also want to learn to straighten that leg. So he's coming in, and I kick and straighten that leg as he's coming in. So he comes in, boom, and I kick and straighten the leg. And then eventually the whole goal is just as soon as he moves, boom, try to learn to hit him. Imagine that he's coming in with that back fist, he's coming in with that body punch, and as soon as he does, boom, we're going to kick. As soon as he comes in, boom, we're going to kick. And that's the defensive side kick. Now, defensive roundhouse, and by the way, you got to work both legs, okay, because you never can always pick which side the person attacks you from, okay, so you got to be ready either side. But the second thing that we work on is defensive roundhouse. Now, the defensive roundhouse, he points the pad around, because remember, I'm not trying to hit him here anymore. I'm trying to go around his body as I do it. Now, with a roundhouse, you're not going to stop them. It's just the idea that you tag them. As they're coming in, you kick them to the face, you kick them to the body, and the judge sees it and gives you the point. All right, it's not that you have to stop them with a roundhouse kick. So he goes to come in, and I just tap with that roundhouse kick. He goes to come in, and I just tap with that roundhouse kick. Comes in, and I just tap with that roundhouse kick. And so this is one of the reasons you really got to learn to pick up that knee, and that way when he's close enough, I can just snap that kick. Sometimes the biggest problem people have with defensive kicking with a roundhouse is they swing the leg too much. You know, he goes to come in, and I'm just swinging that leg, and it's slow, it's awkward, you're off balance, you have no control, you can't hit a target. And so you got to learn to pick up the knee and then just flick that kick out there. So he's here, and I just tap it. He comes in, boom, I just tap it. Comes in, boom, and I just kick. And by the way, now with a pad, this is kind of hard to see, but without a pad, one of the things you can see is you can really hit a lot of different targets. I could be standing here and hitting him in the groin if you can't kick very high or you're looking for that opportunity. You can also, if I happen to be far enough away, I can be hitting him in the front side of the ribs, or I can hit the other side. You see, I can hit the stomach, but a good roundhouse can go all the way around and hit over here. See how I'm hitting over here? And so that's important to realize is that leg is designed to go around. And then of course, if you have the skill to be able to raise it and kick them in the face, then you can have a lot of fun with that as well, okay? So that is the idea of the defensive roundhouse, just like the defensive side kick, but the main thing with the side kick is we try to teach you to stop the person. That way you're ready for both the street and sport, okay? But with a roundhouse kick, it's just about tagging him, okay? So he comes in, bang, and I just hit him with that roundhouse. He comes in, boom, and I hit him with that roundhouse. And that's all there is to the defensive roundhouse. The same thing, make sure you work both sides. And then one other little thing is you start learning a slip kick. Once you really get good at a slip kick, you can sometimes add that to your defensive kicking. So if we go back to the side kick so that you can see this a little bit, maybe he's a little further away this time. So instead of him being here, we got just a little more distance. And now he's coming in, and I slip and kick. So instead of just standing here and kick, as he comes in, I'm slipping and kicking. And notice again how my whole body weight goes forward. Or if you do it with a roundhouse kick, he's coming in and I'm slipping and doing a roundhouse kick. Okay, so he's coming in, I'm sorry. So he's coming in and I go slip and roundhouse. And if you look at my standing leg as he comes in, I can slip as I do the roundhouse. Now, even though we teach that as an offensive technique, as a slip roundhouse, the only difference is I'm waiting for him to start the move. And he happens to be just a little too far for me to naturally slip and kick him. But as soon as he begins the motion towards me, now he's close enough for me just to slip and kick him. And so that's where that slip roundhouse comes in very handy. So make sure you keep practicing that at home. I know it takes a lot of time. Again, myself and Rinchi Galan, we really miss having you in classes. We hope to see you back soon. We're hoping for Wednesday, April 8th. That's my birthday, so naturally that'd be a great gift to me is to have the classes all filled up and let's have some fun with karate, all right? But if it's not then, it's as soon as we can, we will open up and we're going to do some karate again. We really do miss you. Keep training, keep practicing. Remember, don't just do this video one time and say, well, I did that. Remember, in class, we go through things over and over and over, and you can do that with this video. Plus, if I made a mistake somewhere, I guarantee I've repeated myself a few times, so you should be able to catch any of those mistakes and don't let me know, okay? Just simply fix the mistake by listening to the other times that I said it, all right? You guys have a wonderful night, and we'll see you back soon.